YN's POV. They say a marriage starts with trust, love, but ours starts with a crack. The sound of my heart breaking so loudly I swear even the portraits on the mansion wall heard it. Well, it's a bit dramatic. Anyways, the worst part is, it breaks because of the man I'm married to. Jungkook. My husband. My stranger. My accidental enemy. The mansion is warm because of peak summer. Fans humming, sunlight burning through the tall glass windows, even the marble floor feels heated. But my chest? Frozen, dead frozen. I didn't plan to cry today. But the thing is, loneliness is a sneaky little thing. It builds, sits on your shoulders, and eventually it crushes you. I'm standing in the living room, arms wrapped around myself, trying not to choke on air. Jungkook steps inside, loosening his tie, irritation sharp in his eyes. He looks like walking confusion, handsome, cold, unreadable. YN? His voice drops low. Why are you crying again? Again. The word stings harder than the heat outside. My voice cracks. I feel overwhelmed. He scoffs. Actually scoffs, like my pain is some joke printed on a cheap t-shirt. Then he says the sentence that breaks me clean in half. Stop crying, YN. For God's sake, you always want attention, purely acting like an attention seeker. My hands fall to my sides. My voice dies. My lungs forget how to work. For a moment, the world goes blurry, like someone smeared oil over my eyes. I whisper, attention? From you? My tone is flat, dead, already giving up. He realizes too late what he said. His shoulders drop. His jaw clenches. His eyes widen slightly, like he wants to rewind time. But the damage is done. Something inside me switches off, like a light that decides, nope, not shining for you anymore. I feel nothing. Absolutely nothing. He steps closer. YN, I'm okay. My voice is cold enough to freeze fire. He stops, shocked. Don't do that, he mutters. Don't shut down. But I already have. A few moments later I saw her, Susie, his stepsister, acting like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth, but her eyes are knives. She leans against the hallway wall, arms crossed, smirk blooming like a rotten flower. Oh, trouble already? She asks sweetly, fake sweet, poison sweet. Jungkook shoots her a glare. Not now. She shrugs, but her eyes slide to me, slow, satisfied, victorious, as if she's been waiting for this moment, as if she caused it. And suddenly, something clicks. She wanted him to be irritated. She wanted me to cry. She wanted him cold. Did she say something to him earlier? Something that pushed him over the edge? My stomach twists. Susie whispers under her breath, thinking I can't hear. Pathetic. Jungkook doesn't hear it, but I do, and I break a little more. So I do the one thing. I lift my chin. No tears, no reaction, no emotion. Silence becomes my armor. Jungkook calls my name again, but I walk past him. Quiet, numb, empty. Like I'm just a shadow moving through his house. His house, not mine. I go to our bedroom without looking back. The door closes behind me with a soft click. And that click feels louder than a gunshot. Jungkook's POV. Shit. I shouldn't have said that. The words repeat in my skull like a curse. Attention seeker. Attention seeker. Attention seeker. Why the hell did I say that? YN never asks for anything. She barely speaks, barely complains, barely exists loudly enough to be noticed. But Susie had been in my office earlier, whining, twisting things, planting doubts. She cried again. Appa. She always cries. And she's doing it for pity. You're too soft on her. And like an idiot, I let it get into my head. Now I see YN walking away like a ghost. No tears, no expression, no heartbeat. That scares me more than her crying ever did. Susie steps in front of me, smiling like she owns every second of my downfall. Appa, you shouldn't hold her too gently. She'll used to it. I stare at her. Hard. Susie, stop talking. She blinks, but the smirk stays. She enjoys this. She enjoys seeing YN crumble, and something in my gut finally says, this girl is dangerous. Back to present. After Susie said something to YN in the hallway. YN left and closed the bedroom door. I take one step toward it, but Susie calls my name with a lazy grin. Appa, you have no idea what she's really like. I turn. Her smirk widens, and for the first time I realize this wasn't an accident. She wanted YN to break. She wanted me to be the one who did it. I feel a cold shiver run down my spine. What did I just fall into? YN's POV. It's been 2 days since Jungkook called me an attention seeker. 2 days since my heart folded into itself and refused to come back out. 2 days since Susie saw me break and wore that smile that still crawls on my skin. Now it's morning. Blinding summer heat crawling through the windows, making the mansion glow like a fake paradise. Jungkook is leaving for his business trip. He stands near the door, adjusting his cufflinks, looking annoyingly perfect. And for the first time, he looks at me like he's unsure if he's allowed to look. YN. His voice is careful, slow, like he's scared I'll snap. But I don't react. I stand near the staircase holding the railing lightly. No motion, no sound, just empty breathing. He tries again. I'll come back in a week. We'll talk then. Talk? My chest tightens, but nothing shows on my face. Susie appears behind him, acting all innocent. Appa, I'll take very good care of her. Don't worry. Liar. I don't say anything. I don't trust my voice anymore. Jungkook hesitates, then whispers, please, don't shut me out. I stare at him. Not cold, not warm, just hollow. He swallows like that and looks hurtful. And then he leaves. The door shuts. The sound echoes through the hall like a warning. Susie waits exactly 3 seconds before tilting her head at me. Her voice slices like glass. Let's get one thing straight, sweetheart. While Appa is gone, you're not the wife of this house. She steps closer, her heels clicking slowly. You're the maid, honey. Susie walks around me like she's choosing where to stab first. Start with the kitchen, she says. Her tone is sweet poison. And don't use gloves. I keep silent. Silence is the only weapon I have left. The heat is brutal. The fan rattles uselessly. Sweat clings to my spine as I scrub dishes, clean counters, reorganize cabinets. Susie stands behind me, eating cherries, watching like she's inspecting her new toy. Why don't you cry today? She asks casually. You really embarrassed yourself so well last time. She laughs softly. I keep my eyes down. Scrub, wipe, scrub. The silence frustrates her. I see her annoyance sharpen. You think staying quiet makes you look strong? She sneers. No, sweetheart, it makes you look guilty. I still don't speak. In the afternoon, she gives me more tasks. Clean the windows, polish the floor, reorganize Jungkook's books, fold laundry. Every time I pass a mirror, I avoid looking. I'm scared I'll see someone I don't recognize. Hours pass. My arms shake. My back burns. My knees feel like cheap paper, but I don't stop. Not because she told me to, but because if I stop, I might feel something, and I'm afraid of falling apart again. After hours when I'm wiping the glass table in the lounge when she walks in, Aunt Mira, the senior housekeeper, strict but warm, sharp but kind, most loving person. She pauses when she sees me sweating through my clothes, hands trembling. Child, why are you doing all this alone? Her voice holds suspicion, concern, a small spark of anger. I freeze. If I tell her, Susie will twist it. If I say nothing, Mira will worry. So I do what I always do now. I'm fine, I whisper. She steps closer, eyes narrowing as she notices the redness on my knuckles. Did someone ask you to do all this? My throat tightens. Before I speak, Susie's voice floats from the stairs. Oh, Mira, don't bother her. She said she wanted to contribute. Mira's eyes snap to Susie, sharp, knowing. Susie smirks. I quietly pick up the cloth and continue cleaning. Mira lowers her voice and whispers to me, You don't have to stay quiet and do cleaning. I'm here. My chest aches at her kindness, but I can't speak. Not yet. Not when every word feels like it might shatter me. Days goes by. By day 3, I lose count of how many rooms I've cleaned. By day 4, my knee's bruised. By day 5, my hands burn and peel. By day 6, Susie grows more frustrated. She tries everything to make me react. Insults, threats, throwing things, smug comments about Jungkook's attention. But I remain silent, and silence is killing her. Why won't you deacon talk beach? She snaps one morning. Say something. Anything, you ducker. I blink at her, emotionless. She shoves a bucket toward me. Fine, then clean faster. On the day 7, I'm scrubbing the living room floor. Sunlight burning through the windows, sweat dripping down my forehead, breath shaky. Mira watches from the dining room, concern carved into her face. Child, that's enough, she says. Sit down before you... My vision sways. The room tilts. The floor rises like the ocean. My fingers slip off the sponge. I hear Mira shout my name, far, far away. The last thing I see before everything goes black is Susie standing at the balcony, hand covering her mouth, laughing. Jungkook's POV. The minute the plane lands, I feel it. A tight pull in my chest, like something is wrong. Very wrong. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's the memory of YN's empty eyes before I left. Maybe it's the way her silence that day felt like a punishment I deserved. I spend the whole drive home tapping my leg impatiently, ignoring every message, ignoring Susie's calls, ignoring everything except one thought. I need to fix things with her. She ignored my every call and message, but I will fix this. I owe her a real apology, but the moment I step inside the mansion, something feels off. Too quiet. Too cold. Too... empty. Aunt Mira, I called out. She appears from the hallway, and the look on her face hits me like a punch. She looks furious, worried, protective. Sir, she says tightly, we need to talk. My stomach drops. What happened? But Mira doesn't answer. She just steps aside. And that's when I see her, YN, sitting on the couch, back straight but weak, skin pale, wrists bruised, knees bandaged, eyes staring at the floor like the world betrayed her. She looks fragile, unrecognizable. My heart slams into my ribs. YN? She doesn't look up. I move closer slowly, like approaching a wounded animal. YN? What happened to you? Her fingers tremble, but she whispers, I'm fine. Those 2 words stab deeper than any scream. Fine? She looks like she hasn't eaten properly in days. I kneel in front of her, trying to meet her eyes. Look at me, I say gently. But she doesn't. She flinches instead. And that flinch feels like she slapped me. Did someone hurt you? My voice cracks. Did someone touch you? Tell me. She doesn't move, doesn't speak, doesn't breathe. I'm fine, she repeats, quieter. This isn't her. This is someone who's been drained dry, someone who's been suffering in silence, someone I wasn't here to protect. I feel a storm boiling inside me. Anger, fear, guilt, all crashing at once. YN, I whisper. Please, look at me. Nothing. She pulls her hands away subtly when I try to hold them. That hurts more than anything I've ever felt. I stand up, trying to control my breathing, trying not to scream. Aunt Mira steps closer and lowers her voice. She hasn't rested properly in days, Mira murmurs. She fainted yesterday. My eyes snap to YN. You fainted? My voice breaks. She doesn't nod, doesn't deny, just sits there like she's afraid to exist. Then Mira adds, quiet but sharp. She's been cleaning this entire mansion alone. My blood turns to fire. What? Why? Who told her to do that? She didn't say anything. Something feels off. I look at YN, her hands clenching in her lap, breathing unsteady, shoulders stiff. She's terrified. I clench my jaw. YN, I say slowly. Did Susie make you do this? YN, I say again, softer. If she forced you? YN doesn't answer. But she does something she's never done before. She moves, instinctively toward Aunt Mira, away from me, toward the only person she trusts in this house. My heart falls apart at that. How badly did I fail her?